And we are celebrating the heads of our historically black institutions here in Nashville as a part of this year's.
Very good. Reverend Harris, I think the Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance will probably play a leading role in the Nashville area celebration, and I think that you've been involved in this for quite a number of years. Why don't you give our audience some idea this morning as to what that Nashville celebration will be about and some of the other things that might be connected with it?
Yes, Reverend Sanders just mentioned, Dr. Haney, the theme for our citywide celebration, the nationwide celebration, coming from the King Center for Nonviolent Social Change in Atlanta, is help somebody make a difference. That theme for us meant that we need to make a difference in terms of higher education and those institutions that have been producers of people like Dr. King. And we have sought then to honor our black colleges in this citywide celebration of Dr. King's legacy. And on Monday, January 16th, we will have our annual march and rally from the various sites in the city.
That's tomorrow morning.
That's tomorrow morning. Those sites being First Baptist Church East Nashville, First Baptist Church Capitol Hill, Mount Airy Missionary Baptist Church, Fisk University, Jefferson Street Baptist Church, American Baptist College, and Bethel AME Church. Those sites will be sites where youth will gather and have brief youth rallies. We are encouraging parents and all persons to encourage the youth, because they will be out of school, to come to those sites, and there will be a youth rally there led by the youth, and then they will march along routes that have been planned for them to come onto the campus of Tennessee State University, where there will be a program at 12 noon. The Reverend Dr. William DeVoe, pastor of the Metropolitan AME Church in Washington, D.C., will be our speaker. He was formerly a pastor here in the city of St. John's AME. He was a former president of the Fund for Theological Education, and a very significant personality. As a matter of fact, Clinton had his inaugural ceremony at his church when he was inaugurated as president of the United States. And so we're glad to have Dr. DeVoe come. And we are jointly sponsoring the citywide march and rally with Tennessee State University. Dr. James Heffernan and his staff have done a beautiful job in working with IMF this year and jointly sponsoring the citywide march and rally in celebration of Dr. King's birthday. Earlier that day, at 7 a.m., there will be a unity breakfast sponsored by the Jefferson Street Baptist Church and the Peace Officers Association in honor of C.E. Magruder. Mrs. Magruder, as many of our audience listeners will remember, was a community activist and did a lot to bring the community together around issues of Dr. King's life, NAACP worker, and so forth. And they're honoring her this year by having this unity breakfast in her honor. And that's at 7 a.m. And then at 5 o'clock p.m. on Sunday, January the 15th, today, there will be a ecumenical worship service at Bethel AME Church, where Reverend Clement Few is the pastor, and the Reverend Dr. William Buchanan, pastor of 15th Avenue Baptist Church, will be the speaker for that occasion. And we're asking persons to take advantage of as many of these activities as possible, but we definitely want all of our community to be with us at TSU on the 16th.
That's the march to the campus of Tennessee State University.
Right, where we hope to have 5,000 to 6,000 people there to see us honor the black colleges. We will make a contribution to our black colleges out of IMF's College Trust Fund.
Very good.
We've had that College Trust Fund, and now we're in a position to contribute to people out of the interest that have accrued on that.
Reverend Sanders, we've got about 3 minutes before we end our show for today. Do you have any final comments in reference to some of the things that we've already talked about, perhaps some of the things that we've not talked about? And we'll give you an opportunity to do that. And of course, Reverend Harris will also have an opportunity to make some final comments over these last 3 minutes.
Yes, Dr. Harris has already made reference to the multiple sites from which we will be converging on Tennessee State's campus, but I think it is important for us to note that the Jefferson Street thoroughfare will be our main route along which we will be joined by persons coming from the various sites. But the fact that we're starting at the Kelly Miller Smith Bridge is very significant for us, because the Kelly Miller Smith Memorial Bridge is a monument that recognizes the life of an individual in our community who was very much involved with Martin Luther King and his efforts during the Civil Rights Movement. So the people from East Nashville and American Baptist College will be gathering, coming to the foot of the bridge there, the Kelly Miller Smith Memorial Bridge, and then proceeding down Jefferson Street, where others will intersect as we go down the street. So we're excited that this year the route that takes us to our celebration is one that goes through our community. And we pray that it'll be an energizing experience for our community, for the merchants as well as the residents who live in the area.
Reverend Harris.
Yes, one of the things that we want to charge the community with after the program is over and after we finish celebrating Dr. King's birthday is that Nashville's homicide rate has gone way beyond where it needs to be, and we want to have a nonviolent city. And we are challenging our city and all community residents to have a nonviolent community for 30 days. Beginning in February, after the march is over, we hope that the month of February can be a nonviolent month where there will not be any homicides or shootings in Nashville. I know that seems to be or appears to be a tall order because we've had such an increase in violence in our schools, in our communities, and in urban centers all over our community. But we believe that somehow the dream of nonviolence must not die because people are not able to understand that there are many, many ways and ways to be nonviolent rather than to be violent. And so we're asking all citizens of Nashville to be nonviolent during the month of February. And we want to challenge our community and all constituents thereof to support this effort to be nonviolent.
Very good. And let me, over these last few seconds, I thank the both of you for coming by and giving us that excellent information about Dr. King's celebration. And let me encourage our listeners and our viewers to come out tomorrow morning and to participate in this great celebration. And let me thank you for watching this morning, and let me encourage you to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.